It is our 8th wedding anniversary on May 5th. We're in Maine. We should have lobster. On the roads, we've passed lots of signs for lobster pounds and fresh seafood, but nothing looks open. Jay came by for something else, I don't remember what, and C asked him if he knew where we could get 2 live lobsters. He lingered to chat on the back deck at a safe distance. We all feel the strangeness of that distance. It's just enough beyond a normal distance that people who have only recently met but like each other would put between them when they're chatting about nothing in particular in such a lovely spot. Jay tells us there's not a lot of fin fish, they're overfished. He tells us about his business, a store that sells outdoor equipment. Everything used to be made locally, but now most of it is imported from China. He used to visit China every year, but he thinks his trip last year to Wuhan was likely his last. He says he'll put some thought into it and let us know about the lobsters. I found 2 YouTube videos, one demonstrating how to cook lobsters, the other how to eat them. It surprised me that they came in a paper bag, 2 of them sort of curled up, wet and sluggish. I think I expected a cage. A man delivered them early in the afternoon, so we put them in the refrigerator. I made potato salad. When we opened the fridge later to retrieve them, they were lively and crawling around. The video suggested putting them in the freezer. First it said for 10 to 20 minutes, but later in the instructions said 30 to 60 minutes, so I settled on half an hour to put them to sleep before boiling them. As C pulled them out of the freezer, one of their arms just fell off onto the floor. We took the rubber bands off their claws and dropped them into the pot of boiling salted water and watched. The one on top, the one that had lost a claw, was sort of squirming and then quite clearly trying to climb out. A stream of white liquid seeped out from under its shell and coagulated like an egg white or semen in a hot shower. I pushed it down with a set of long metal tongs. It climbed up again. I held it down. After the recommended cooking time, I think it was 9 minutes, but I've forgotten, I pulled them out and plunged them into cold water. They smelled foul, but I reminded myself that lots of foul-smelling things are delicious, like fish sauce. I washed as much of the white stuff away as I could, put the lobsters on plates. C opened a bottle of wine, and we sat down to eat. As the video instructed, we grasped them by the body and tail and twisted to remove the tails. C's looked like the one in the video. Mine, as soon as I twisted, emitted a flood of black viscous matter all over my plate. Nowhere in either video was there black sludge. C laughed. I jumped up from the table. We argued. It snowed thick, wet snow that didn't accumulate on the ground, and wind blew hard all evening, but later I opened the back door and the giant spruce in the dark, with every branch articulated by a layer of snow, was alive, undulating, waving slowly, speaking in a language we couldn't hear. What was it trying to tell us? We stood and looked at it for a long time, terrified but giddy.